coming, I'm coming. Coming, coming, I'm coming. Coming back, hey, I'm coming back to the island. She said, coming back to the sun. I got my mind all made up. I'm making that Caribbean run. Got my mind all made up. I'm making that Tortola run. Will you be there? Will you be there? I wanna know now. Will you be there, boy? Will you still be there? Last year I messed up. Now it haunts me so. Life ain't going too well. I got to leave. I miss the setting sun. That sandy beach we used to run. I'm reminiscing the good times with you, boy. I got some packing to do. I'm coming back to the island. She said, coming back to the sun. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. I got my mind all made up. I'm making that Caribbean run. Got my mind all made up. I'm making that Tortola run. Will you be there? I wanna know. Will you be there? I got to know now. Will you be there, boy? Will you still be there? Last year I messed up, she said. Now it haunts me so. Life ain't going too well. I got to leave. I miss the setting sun. That sandy beach we used to run. I'm reminiscing those good times with you, boy. I got some packing to do. Coming, coming, I'm coming. Coming back, coming, coming, I'm coming. I'm coming back, coming, coming, I'm coming. Come on, come on, coming, coming.
Island Girl's Caribbean adventure began the moment I first saw her in the early spring of 2016. If you believe, as I do, that a well-loved boat possesses some sort of a spirit, then you might agree that in the course of her lifetime, she may also possess some sort of a destiny.
In the corner of the yard lies a boat up on the heart, and the water that she sees has all been rain. Now her sails are like rags down below, stowed in bags. They haven't filled with wind since long ago.
I have never owned a new boat. Rather, mainly due to economics, I have wound up with boats that have been left high and not so dry in the limbo of unfulfilled cruising destinies, seemingly unsellable, yet waiting for a new lease on life.
The stains along the deck and the scars from her neglect.
Such was the case with our original Blue Crab, the 29-foot maxi that we purchased in 1995.
Hello again, old friend. I've been meaning to.
Then there was the Watkins Crab Imperial 36-foot that had been donated to Washington College in 2002.
Now I've got no right to ask, but if you feel up to the task.
And then the Irwin 40 Crab Royale, which we bought in 2012. At first look, each of these gals seemed to be on her last leg, but came back to sail thousands of miles and generate thousands of smiles.
The memories that we made on the oceans where we played. She carried me to places near and far. Now the sands of time are low, and for distant shores I'll row. Won't you carry me back home in your arms? Hello again, old friend. I've been meaning to drop in. It's been a good long time I've let you go. Now I've got no right to ask, but if you feel up to the task, could you fill your sails once more and take me home? Fill your sails once more and take me home. In the corner of the yard lies a boat up on the hard. The water that she sees has all been rain. Now I've got no right to ask, but if you feel up to the task, could you fill your sails once more and take me home?
In 2015, in anticipation of my upcoming retirement from teaching, I started looking for a second boat to take to the Caribbean for winter charters. As I considered several prospects, I learned that a very generous donation, 43-foot Island Girl, had been made to the Rock Hall Marine Restoration and Heritage Center, a brand new nonprofit recently established in the now restored Rock Hall Clam House. Having taken great interest in the success of both the Clam House and the very promising Heritage Center, I sensed that if I had the opportunity to purchase this boat, many dreams and more than one destiny might be fulfilled. A win-win for all.
So there is nothing you can do to change my mind. Oh no, you'll never see tears falling from my eyes, 'cause I know we're all alike down until the day we die. Yes, we are all alike down until the day we die.
Although sadly unattended by her previous owner due to illness, I immediately recognized that Island Girl was destined to cruise the deep blue waters of the Caribbean. It was our great fortune to be able to adopt this beautiful lady from Rock Hall Marine Restoration and Heritage Center and make preparations to fulfill our shared destiny. Island Girl is a well-built 43-foot Morgan Center cockpit cruiser. She had been on the hard at Gratitude Marina for several years with a number of issues that we needed to address. After many hours of interior and exterior restoration work, we were able to put her into the water by midsummer of 2016. It helps to live a few blocks away from the boatyard. We immediately began refitting and equipping Island Girl for a southbound blue water voyage to the Virgin Islands. With a sturdy boat, a fearless crew, lots of brand new equipment, and an abundance of second-hand equipment acquired from Rockhall Marine Consignment Shop, also located in the Clam House, and a full slate of guests scheduled to join us in the Virgin Islands, we were ready to set sail. Until, in September, back-to-back hurricanes, Irma and Maria, mercilessly left the islands in a state of total devastation. Island Girl's Caribbean destiny would have to wait.
Listen up. There's no man inferior to another.
Our crew consisted of Captain Dave Fife as first officer,
By Jah mighty hands.
Mr. Bobby Schaefer as chief engineer,
Stop for a while.
and Judge Jimmy Lynn as chief steward, as well as our backup navigation officer.
You can imagine, and what a beautiful sight.
Our shoreside crew would consist of the Salty Dog Rally crew, as well as first and only mate Suzanne, Jackie Appleton, along with her parents Bob and Pam Appleton, and our weather routing would be done with much help from Chris Parker.
It's a great event. You're going to have a wonderful time this week, learn a lot, make lots of new friends. Excuse me, the coffee hasn't kicked in yet. But it will be a great and a memorable time. It'll be special. So to start with, let me introduce a few folks. I'm Hank George. I have the privilege of serving as the president of the Salty Dog Sailing Association.
Although often outsized and in the company of some very impressive and expensive blue water, mono, and multi-hull cruisers, Island Girl was never outclassed as the 70-plus Salty Dog rally boats and crews converged in Hampton, Virginia. In what would be referred to by rally organizers as the second most challenging weather year in rally history, Island Girl successfully transited from Hampton, Virginia to Beaufort, North Carolina via the ICW and departed Cape Lookout at midnight on November 7th for a 5-day, non-stop ocean passage to Bermuda. There we would rest up, re-provision, fix things, and hope for a second weather window for the 8-day passage to St. Thomas.
Staring out at the clear blue sky, I ponder, should I stay a while or should I wander? Somewhere along the shore the band is playing, while the pretty island girls are swaying. There's another island where the sun is shining. Whoa, on the horizon.
Oh, first morning at sea with Captain Dave on watch. The flag has finally flown free. Look at that. Isn't it beautiful? Early morning.
The Pledge of Allegiance.
It's 7:10 Eastern Standard Time. And this is the Gulf Stream. There's Mr. Bobby. Got a little wet last night. Sorry, Mr. Bobby.
Salty Bob.
We'll dry it out.
Rusty Bob.
We'll get Krusty Bob dried out there.
As my sails drink the wind, I'll come back to you again.
100 degrees, magnetic, average speed of 6, and about 40 more miles to go in the Gulf Stream, unless they move it again.
We might have to crank that thing, that sail on there, not the thing, but
That sail's starting to flux.
yeah. All right, well, things are going well. Here we are, first day.
Be mindful of the gaze, and trust no one who steals, begs or borrows. Both pretend that the music never ends, and the sun will chase the rain away tomorrow.
Hey, Captain Dave.
Hey,
This is sailing.
glad we have the third reef set.
Yeah, man.
Glad we anticipated this because it's here.
Yeah.
Trim your sails, be mindful of the gaze, and trust no one who steals, begs or borrows. Both pretend that the music never ends.
It's on now, recording.
The sun chases
A lot of buttons on this, boss.
Yeah. I don't think you've read the 64-page
Man,
manual.
have you? I have read every page. I can tell it's fancy, boss. A lot of buttons and things. There's Mr. Bobby fishing. Yeah, finally. So what do you have to say, Jimmy, now that we're out of the death grip of the ocean waves of yesterday?
All those squalls we saw, I thought they meant squaws.
Squaws?
Squalls.
Yeah.
You were looking for squaws.
No, Pocahontas is not here. We have a beautiful day, though.
Everything's beautiful.
It is right now. So, we have come quite a long way to get away from the dangerous storm that was chasing us, and we have accomplished it. And this is the reward. We're actually sailing toward our destination,
Right on
our rum line, and it's just a nice day. Seas have settled down quite a bit. See the wind channel there? I could tell you a story about that, but I'm sure you heard it. So what do you think, Captain? We gonna make it there?
I think we're going to make it, and I think that the reward at the end of the road is going to be worth every little bit of frustration that we encountered along the way. And we look back and think about every cool place and every cool thing we did, starting right from day one, sitting on Sharp Street Pier with the send-off crew prior to our record-breaking 22-hour cruise down to Hampton.
Amen to that.
Yeah, I mean, a week in Hampton, living on a boat at a dock that was right up in the center of town. I mean, it could be worse.
I think it's amazing. The four guys could be in a space of about 16 feet maybe, where we actually all stay. close quarters all the time, and people having a great time. Everybody's helpful, and you two guys, you and Mark, the way you know navigation and everything, and anything about sailboats, and Bobby can fix anything, all of that. It's great to be here.
Well, great. We have a well-rounded crew. Now we're just dolphin spotting and whale watching, but we haven't seen anything yet. So hopefully Bobby gets us a fish for tonight. He's working on it. Put your hand in the air, Bob. There. There's a wave from Bobby. All right, I'm gonna sign out here, but I don't know which button to press because I didn't read the manual.
Trim your sails, be mindful of the gales, and trust no one who steals, begs or borrows. Both pretend that the music never ends, and the sun will chase the rain away tomorrow. She packs her bags one day and left the city. She had an old postcard of the place she thought looked pretty. She left a note on the door with no forward address. It said, I'm going somewhere to feel the sun's caress, as the waves lap over the shore while the palm trees wave. Now she's a landlubber in a sailing town. She dreams all day until the sun goes down, and when the sun sets at the end of the fall, you can find her hanging out at the Turtle Crawl. Now the boys all gather around with such devotion, and every night they tell her tales about the ocean. She's got a twinkle in her eye and a notion in her head that she'd rather keep her feet on terra firma instead, watching waves crash over the shore as the music plays. Now she's a landlubber in a sailing town. She dreams all day until the sun goes down, and when the sun sets at the end of the fall, you can find her hanging out at the Turtle Crawl. Oh, the island affair, the salty ocean breeze blowing through her hair. Now she's a landlubber in a sailing town. She dreams all day until the sun goes down, and when the sun sets at the end of the fall, you can find her hanging out at the Turtle Crawl. Landlubber in a sailing town. She dreams all day until the sun goes down, and when the sun sets at the end of the fall, you can find her hanging out at the Turtle Crawl. Landlubber in a sailing town. She dreams all day until the sun goes down, and when the sun sets at the end of the fall, you can find her hanging out at the Turtle Crawl.
The 800 miles between Bermuda and the Virgin Islands would be no less challenging than our first 800. Fraught with our share of squalls and adverse winds, as expected, it was all about the weather. We kept at it day and night, taking advantage of wind shifts when we could and motoring when we absolutely had to. Many of the rally boats opted to go non-stop from Hampton to the Caribbean, while we chose to stop in Bermuda along with around a dozen others. Glad we did, because as we were making our final approach to the island, Dave discovered that our 25-year-old Hearth transmission was falling apart right in the bilge. Thankfully, we made it through the cut and we were able to have a brand new transmission sent right to the dock in St. George's. The only problem, as we later determined, was the gear ratio was incorrect. This made for some very slow motoring and a very high fuel consumption. So, we sailed east and then west, doing our best to avoid the worst weather while conserving fuel. In spite of our challenging moments, some expected and some not, we were all in the same boat, functioning as a single crew, alone at sea, yet in the company of so much support from our families and friends. We were never truly alone. We shared many days and nights of camaraderie, enjoyable fishing, sailing, and delicious provisions brought aboard by our chief steward, Judge Jimmy, and our landside crew, Jackie and Suzanne. Day and night, we sailed on with great determination, solving our problems while experiencing invaluable spiritual, emotional, mental, and physical growth. A true adventure in every way. As captain, I could not be more thrilled. With a non-stop 22-hour cruise from Rockhall to Hampton, Virginia, a 4-day ICW cruise to Beaufort, North Carolina, and a 6-day passage to Bermuda, we would soon be arriving in the promised land. Log number 33. Ahoy all, we finally made it. After 34 days together as a crew, we are tied to a mooring at Solomon Bay, St. John, the very same spot that I proposed to my beautiful wife Suzanne on December 19th, 2005. We finished the last 100 miles with a remarkable spinnaker reach at 7 to 8 knots. We still have over a half a tank of fuel, and we're all still friends. If adversity is the anvil upon which character is forged, then we've got a bunch of characters on this boat. Tomorrow we check into American Yacht Harbor to clean up the boat and install the correct transmission. And then we're off again for a week of island hopping. And then first and only mate Suzanne will arrive on Christmas Day to get the winter season underway. Thanks to so many people who helped make this dream come to life. Our support crew, Suzanne and Jackie, along with Jackie's parents, Bob and Pam, our chief mate, Captain Dave Fife, chief engineer, Mr. Bobby Schaefer, and our chief steward, later promoted to assistant navigator, Judge Jimmy Lynn. Thanks to the Salty Dogs, especially Hank Seal and his crew, for an outstanding organization and running a fabulous sailboat rally. And Chris Parker, what an amazing job personally communicating with every boat. This is Captain Mark, along with the salty crew aboard Island Girl in the Virgin Islands, out.
Just keep Jah in your vessel.